With Arsenal claiming their 4-0 victory over Everton, an interesting question raised its head. Are Arsenal now favourites for the Premier League title? Join me as we discuss that today. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, it really would mean a lot to me. But now, let's talk Arsenal and the Premier League title. First off, let's have a look at the Premier League table. I haven't put Manchester United in this because in my opinion they are nowhere near a Premier League title race. So Arsenal and Man City are there for me. If you would like me to do a video on why I don't think Manchester United are in it, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to, but in my opinion, Man United just aren't there at the moment. So we have Arsenal up against Man City. As you can see, they've played the same amount of games and there's only 13 games left in the Premier League season. Arsenal are 5 points clear. And when we look at it, they have more wins, they have conceded fewer, and these are some of the integral things you need to look at. I know it's only small margins, but they are important details. When you look at the way that Arsenal defend, and you look at the actual defensive record that they have, they're actually very good at keeping clean sheets, and occasionally you do have some very good defensive and solid displays from Arsenal, whereas Man City have looked a little bit lax at the back. They have actually ridden their luck at times in certain games, and I do think that Man City are gettable at the back this season. Contrast that with Arsenal and you see a steel, you see a determined nature to defend, and I just don't really see that with Man City at the moment. There's something wrong there, and it's really starting to show itself in the Premier League table. Let's now turn our attention to the fixtures. These are 8 fixtures, specifically the last 8 fixtures that Arsenal have to play. As we know, they have 13 games left, and there are some very interesting points that I think need to be made about these fixtures. 7 of their 13 games, Arsenal's games, are against clubs in the bottom half of the table. So that's more than half of the games are against teams that they more than likely have already beaten or have gained points against. They only play 3 of the so-called Big 6. That's only 3 remaining Big 6 games that they have left. 2 of those games are against Chelsea, as you can see on the screen right now, and against Liverpool, who both of them are having rather shaky seasons, rather uncertain seasons. They're also games in which Arsenal have done quite well in. All of this now turns to Manchester City, the game that you can see on your screen on the 26th of April. That all-important game. It's the obvious one that everyone seems to look at, but one thing that I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about with Arsenal's 5-point lead that they currently have, everybody looks at it as a chance for Man City to claw their way back and get their way back into the title race. But I'd argue, if the games stay as they are and Arsenal keep on winning and Man City keep on winning and it ends up being 5 points in that match, Arsenal will have a massive run of momentum. Going into that game, they know what they have to do, and that is not lose. They have to win or draw. But what if they win? If they win, it means they go into the final 5 games of the Premier League season being 8 points ahead, and at that point, you'd probably argue that the title is near enough done. And then there's this man, bear with me. Gabrieljesus, when he arrived at Arsenal and played his first game, galvanised the squad with Alexander Zinchenko and his ability to really make things happen. He was fantastic on the ball and he was just sensational. He will be coming back, and even though he's coming back from injury, he will have a massive impact on this squad. The level of confidence, the level of real determination and cohesion that he will bring to this Arsenal side, even if he doesn't score any goals, will be remarkable. And if we remember the kind of effect that he had on Arsenal when the Premier League started, even a tenth of that will improve Arsenal's motivation, it will improve their ability to go forwards, and it will improve their just general belief in themselves to no end. Couple that with the results that they're already getting with the stand-ins in Eddie Nketiah and Leandro Trossard, and it makes up a very dangerous combo. So perhaps the return of Gabrieljesus could be the catalyst that Arsenal need to really push themselves towards the Premier League title. Mikel Arteta is obviously an integral part of all of this, the orchestrator behind the scenes. He is calm, cool and collected in press conferences. No problem is too big and there is no issue that they cannot solve. Injury problems? That's not an issue at all. Losses to certain teams, we will bounce back and go again. There is nothing that he cannot really deal with in a press conference. Meanwhile, his on-field persona, or touchline persona I should say, is completely different. Absolutely frantic, going crazy at every single moment, something that I'm sure the Arsenal players really do thrive off. It's this kind of Jekyll and Hyde approach that I really do think has gotten Mikel Arteta to this point, and he has really galvanised Arsenal and given them the fundamental foundation and basis to build themselves upon. It is down to him and the way that he has conducted himself, the way he has made his players conduct themselves, that has really put them within this title contention. And with what he's achieved this season, who says he can't go further? And then you have how they play. As you can see, I've got what was arguably the Arsenal starting 11, and just in the system that they play and the way that they play, it's so formulaic. They have an electricity about them because it's so drilled into the way they play. Martinelli and Saka making driving infield runs to get on their stronger feet because they're both inverted. You have the likes of Granit Xhaka making his inverted run by Martinelli to be able to drag away some players and create some space. You have the option of Martin Odegaard, who has the play to switch to Martinelli or to play a through ball into Bukayo Saka. You also have gabrieljesus, who is going to be able to come back into the side after his injury, and he has the ability to start pinning defenders once more, taking the ball into feet, or having the presence of mind to spin in behind whenever it's necessary, when they're on the last line of defence, when they need that little bit of X factor. gabrieljesus can provide that. Thomas Partey creating that almost defensive wall in front of the back four, allowing the likes of Zinchenko to come further into midfield once Granit Xhaka has vacated that position, creating that extra midfield presence, that extra passing body to be able to find the lines, to be able to break through the lines and find those passing lanes. And it's through this and through this defensive solidity and electric attack that Arsenal can really build up momentum, and momentum is exactly what they've been building of late. You have the quality of Bukayo Saka, you have the quality of Martinelli, that youth, that exuberance, that just lack of fear going forwards, and it just allows them to be so dynamic, to be so electric, as I've already said. But then you have the cooling heads of gabrieljesus, of Zinchenko, who have been there and done that. Jorginho in place of Thomas Partey when he's not there, calming everyone down, especially when they go a goal behind. They know that they have the quality, they know that they have the strength, they believe in the system that they play, and it's the system that is imparted upon these players that's possibly the most crucial asset that is in this Arsenal team to date. Utilising the system and utilising the ability to bring in players like a Trossard, to bring in the likes of a Jorginho. It's the system that's the most crucial thing, and if they have a system in place, as they do, it doesn't matter who they swap in, as long as they are of a certain quality, the system will still work and Arsenal will still win games, which is why you haven't seen the level drop off when they've been swapping in players. For example, Nketiah for Jesus, or Trossard for Jesus, or Trossard for Martinelli. The system is the most important thing, and if they keep playing like this, utilising the system that Mikel Arteta has set up for them, then only good things will come, and I can see more wins pushing them forwards towards the title. It's almost going to be an extremely difficult task to get them off it because of their momentum, because of the system and they trust in so dearly. It hasn't gone wrong for them just yet, and I do believe that if they persist with it and maintain it, it's going to be a question of how much they want it, the desire. It's no longer a case of are they a good outfit. They know that they're good enough. They're aware of how good they are. Like I said, the lack of fear, the determination, the quality and the electricity going forwards. Couple that with the likes of gabrieljesus, couple that with Thomas Partey, the quality lined through the spine of the team, and coupled with the system that Mikel Arteta has created, and it makes for a winning machine, which might progress them on to the title, and in my opinion makes them favourites. That's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You really don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Arsenal and whether you think they are favourites for the Premier League title. Let me know what you think and why. I would love to hear from you. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.